Good afternoon, all. CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Thursday afternoon, February 29th. We're looking at Window Trader's market profile of the ES and NQ. Wow. I guess maybe because it was February 29th. What a weird day. Very strange day. Not an easy one to read. Had an okay day. I did nothing after H period. And I'm glad. I think I kept myself out of trouble for two main reasons. I didn't expect us to go trend down. We did go trend down, only to take it back. And then I didn't expect us to make a new high on the day. And I said, if we do, not to get much distance. Well, we ripped above the day's high. But we came in pretty good. But going out with a nice price probe, we'll see if we open above it tomorrow. NQ and ES have two destinations left besides today's high, the all-time high, not very far above us. Okay, look at that. Got very close to them, but didn't get them. Tremendous buy tail here, right? After the market trended down here in NQ. Look at ES, three lows, very close together to each other. So a lot going on, and with all this, we're still balanced on the daily. Now, ES is up on the monthly and weekly. NQ is balanced on the weekly still until they take out that all-time high. IWM, I'm going to give them their due, even though they pulled back. They're up, I'm going to call them, in a monthly, weekly, and daily. Yes, haven't said that forever. We'll recap all of those charts tomorrow, all of these charts tomorrow night, but I'm going to call them up, even though they pulled off that all-time high pretty good. Because in December, when we pulled out of that balance, I said I want new highs above December. Well, January was an inside month. Finally, February took out both January and December's high. So I'm calling them up. They had a trend day down also that got taken back late. Range turns out to be pretty good. Not in our top 10, but still over $4. Our volume right now, 73 million, so it's average. So at least we have some average volume today. Should do about 80 million, but I don't think it'll get into the top 10, which is 85 million. So what happened today? We gapped higher, filled the gap in B, went trend down in B, which I didn't expect to hold. I said that. Do nothing in C and D period, right? And generally, when you're trending, don't take out B's low or the time frame low, those singles don't hold. Well, not only did they hold, they held for C and D. And then E rips, but never gets yesterday's low. Got close, but didn't get it. And leaves a nice buy tail for us. NQ did the same thing, although they didn't close the gap till D period. Now, at least, I'm sorry. Hold on. That's righty. I apologize. NQ didn't fill the gap, till D period. And they weren't holding singles. They didn't hold singles in B. They never even went trend down, even with the way E ripped. But very, very difficult intraday MGI day that got whipped all over the place. I did okay. It's been an okay week. Nothing spectacular. It's been a tough week. I was long in NQ in A period because they had some good ebb and flow going each time they got to the opening, which did well. Now, B period, I took a long and a half back initially from today's range, and then things started going down. They one time frame down. I'm trying to think where I started the long. I didn't expect them to go trend. Well, I'm not sure exactly where I started. I started with a two lot, and then I went big right above B's low with a 6 lot, banking on them not filling the gap, or if they filled it, that's all they would do. Well, they never did, and it rallied for me, and I made money on the trade. I was hurting initially on the first 4, but I made money on the trade when we came back and did not go trend. So used up a lot of mental reserve on that, but it ended up being a pretty good trade for me. Then in ES, I took a long in E when we filled the gap. I'm sorry, in B period when we filled the gap, and I did get paid on it. Because even though it went down further, it went back up, and I got paid. E period, I switched. I started shorting NQ with the ebb and flow when it started going down, even though they didn't have singles. I shorted it a couple of times, did okay. I actually lost money on a short in E period. In ES, because I was making money in NQ. Then when ES came back up, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to take a short at 82. I thought 82 was a good short. We'd hold maybe B's low and rotate down, get 2 or 3 points before lunch. Didn't happen. I took it off with, I think it was a 3-point loss. ES and G period. Took a long to get back to POC. Before we took out FSI, when it was pulling back, I'm like, I think we're going back. So I got, actually what I lost in E, I basically made back. I lost 3, made 3 points on that. Then in NQ, I took a short in G, thinking it'd be the afternoon rally high. I said above the open and I'm out. Got above the open, took it off for a loss. Again, nothing big. Maybe 10 points. And then my last trade of the day was H, which did pay me in ES. I took a short, a nice short, a 3-lot at 95, and ended up making 6 points on it when it came back. And that was it. I'm like, I'm not really sure what they want to do. We didn't know if J was an afternoon rally high or K was going to be a pullback. Well, it did turn out to be an afternoon pullback very nicely, which I'm holding. We didn't even get 9 wide in ES. I thought that was going to be a given that we would get 9 wide. So, again, it is the end of the month. I'm sure that a lot of that, this move in M fueled that. And then they just gave it all up right at the end. But the bottom line is we are in balance still on the daily on both ES and NQ. We're close to a balance high, the all-time high. So remember, balance rules are firmly in effect for tomorrow. Both ES and NQ near their all-time highs. So I have the daily in a balance. Remember, NQ tested their balance low yesterday. Never got into that huge gap, right? And now they got close to the balance high. So balance, you think balance rules are important? Look at NQ. Got close to it yesterday. Today even shot down, but never got near yesterday's low. Left a nice buy tail and then rip up close to the balance high. So balance high rules will be huge. We failed on the gap up. So that's 2 out of 10 gap higher that have held. And we failed on the trend day down. That's 2 out of 22 only have held for trend days down. Destinations. Today's high, I didn't write it down. Today's high in SPY is 509.74. So that's today's high. And then we have our all-time high of 510.13. For the downside, I'm using A's high for the price probe, 508.85. 5016 is our afternoon pullback, F's low. And today's low, 505.35. ES, the high is 1450. The downside, price probe is 105.50. The pullback is 88.50. And today's low is 70. We have 3 lows within 3 points of each other. Keep that in mind. That'll be a target at some point. And then on the chart, we'll recap everything tomorrow. Look at this indecision candle. Look at that. Total indecision. Right? Impressive the way we took back the trend day and everything else, but still, all it is a 6-day balance. It's a $7 balance. NQ is just under a $7 balance. There it is. 6 days. Okay? So until we resolve balance on the daily, just make sure you're playing balance rules tomorrow against Friday's high from last week. And if we were to roll over big time, it would be Thursday's low of last week above the huge gap. They certainly make it interesting. Look, trading is never easy. Sometimes you have days that I call accommodating. Never use the word easy. Well, these days have not been that accommodating. It was a tough day. The room held their did well. We kept them out of trouble. even though at times I went neutral because I wasn't sure exactly what they were trying to do. No trade is a trade also. Hope you had a good day trading. Enjoy your evening. Thank you for liking and subscribing to this channel, and we'll speak prior to the opening tomorrow.